Hi, welcome to the Quantity Surveying Studio. In today's video, I'll be explaining one of the most important responsibility of a quantity surveyor while doing subcontractor management. And that is maintaining and updating and tracking the bank guarantee records of the different subcontractors. So this is one of the most important duties if the quantity surveyor is from the main contractor side and there are different subcontractors under him, or if the quantity surveyor is from the client or the consultant side, and again when there are different subcontractors or nominated subcontractors working under them. So this is a template which I have prepared to explain this concept or this responsibility. Now what the different bank guarantees are, I've already explained it in another video. So in the top right corner you can see the link to that video. I'll also put the link of that video in the description. In a nutshell, I'll explain what the different guarantees are. Mainly they are the performance bank guarantee, the advance bank guarantee and the retention bank guarantee. The performance bank guarantee is usually a bank guarantee that is provided by the contractor to the client for the proper satisfactory completion of the project. So this is usually 10% of the contract amount, and the validity of this bank guarantee is till the contractual completion date. The advance bank guarantee is the bank guarantee that is given against the advance that is provided to the contractor by the employer. So usually around 10% of the contract amount is given as an advance for the initial mobilization. So against this, the contractor gives this bank guarantee. The advances gets recovered from every interim payment application. Around 10% of the invoice amount is deducted to recover the advance till it is completely recovered. So usually the validity is again maintained till the completion date. And retention bank guarantee is usually a bank guarantee that is actually used to claim the retention. Basically, when the project is completed, only 50% of that retention amount is usually 10% of the contract amount, which is deducted from every invoice. Around 10% of the invoice amount is deducted, and the total is maximum limit is around 10% of the total contract value. So once the project is completed, the contractor is entitled to receive 50%, that is half of that retention amount, and the remaining retention amount, that is the remaining 50%, he is entitled to receive only after the defect liability period, which is usually 1 year. So the contractor can request the employer to return back this remaining 50% of the retention amount even before this 1 year expiry period of the defect liability period. For that, the contractor can provide a retention bank guarantee, the expiry of which will be till the end of defect liability period, and against this the employer can return that 50% of the retention amount once retention bank guarantee is received by the employer. So in detail explanations have been given in the video that I have already mentioned before. So to explain this tracking, I've already included some data. So I'll be explaining it in 4 different ways, 4 different status of the project. According to the 4 different status of the project, I'll be explaining this sheet. So in the first status is when your project is completed on time and everything is perfectly done, like it is an ideal situation which never happens in the construction project. So if you see here, the company name is ABC. The 3 different bank guarantees I have mentioned here. Here you have the different bank guarantee numbers. Usually the bank guarantees are provided in a format that varies according to each client, each employer, and sometimes they might also request a particular bank from which this bank guarantee needs to be provided. So the bank name here needs to be given, the bank guarantee expiry date, what the work scope of this contractor was, what the contract amount was, the contract completion date, the certified amount till date. The certified amount is usually the cumulative certified amount, and that too without the deductions. So I have mentioned here, you see star 2 is certified amount till date is a gross work done amount without the variations, day works, material on site, advances and other additional claims, because usually the contract amount will be your original scope of work and your performance bank guarantees and all your advances will be given based on this amount. Since this is an ideal situation, the contract amount and the certified amount is equal. Balance work is nothing is left. The advance was 10% of I6. I6 is contract amount. So he had received a 10% of that amount, contract amount as advance, and from every invoice and 10% was recovered, and finally the total amount recovered is 100,000, which is equal to the advance, so there is nothing left for recovery. Again, the retention was 10% of the total contract amount, and from every invoice it was reduced, and finally the retention amount was totally recovered using this PBG. So if you see here, PBG amount is, even though the retention amount is 100,000, the PBG amount is 50,000, because once the project was completed, 50%, that is 50,000, was already received by the contractor. Now to receive the remaining 50,000 only, this RBG was provided by the contractor to the employer. That is why the amount is 50,000. And if you see here, the expiry date is 1 year from the contract completion date. So these are the dates that I have mentioned. If you see, the contract bank guarantee date here is same as completion date. So this is an ideal situation. That is why everything is perfect, and balance amount, there is nothing to be recovered. Now the second situation is when your project is a running project. So if you see here, all these parts are the same. The bank guarantee amounts are the same, but here the certified amount is only 600,000 till now. So there is balance work to be done. Again, the balance amount of advance to be recovered is 40,000, because till date only 60,000 has been recovered from the 100,000. And the retention, since the project is not completed, there is retention to be received. So if you have this sheet, you can always check if the expiry date is okay. You can put some conditional formatting. So if you see in this third part, you can see some dates shown as red. So here I have put some conditional formatting wherein if your current date plus 30 is less than this date, then you can get an idea that your bank guarantees are getting expired. So I'll explain that when I explain this part. So I hope this part is clear. When your project is running, so your project is running, if today's date is 15th August, so you have time. Your contractual completion date is only on 10 May 2022, and your bank guarantees are okay, they are valid, and here it is empty because your project is not yet completed, so you cannot apply for an RBG. That is why this part is empty. Now third situation is when your project is completed but it is nearing completion date. So imagine that today's date is 15 August. So your contractor completion date was 12 September. So almost 28-27 days remaining. So here, since I have put a formatting where the dates, this cell will be highlighted with bold and red color if this date is less than the current date plus 30. So regarding the conditional formatting, I'll try to make a different video on that. So whenever you open this Excel, whatever date is nearing plus 30 of the current date, that will be highlighted. So you'll get an idea that okay, this bank guarantee is getting expired now. So you need to contact this contractor, and according to what the work completion is, you need to let them know that this bank guarantee needs to be renewed, or else your payments will be on hold. So since this work is already under completion, the contractor need not renew it, because see, if you see here, certified amount is 1 million rupees, which is equal to the contract amount. There is no balance work. The advances here, if you see, the advance balance has been already recovered, but the retention is remaining. So only the 50,000, that is half of the retention amount, has been recovered. So remaining balance amount needs to be recovered. So for that, now I have highlighted this green color to make you understand why or how you can apply for this retention bank guarantee. So to claim this 50,000, this RBG is given by the contractor to the employer with this amount, and usually it is 1 year. The deferred liability period is 1 year from the contractual completion date. So that is why the date is, you see, J12 plus 365, that is the contractual completion date plus 365. And this last situation is when your project is not completed and you're nearing your completion, contractual completion date. So if you see, the contractual completion date is 12 September and the bank guarantees are okay, but there is balance amount of work to be done. There is advance to be recovered back. Since the work is not completed, there is no retention. So whatever retention is deducted, it is still to be recovered. So that is why this RBG is blank now. So in this situation, as per the new revised contractual date, all this column needs to be updated, and again you need to contact this particular contractor and let them know that the new completion date is extended and you need to accordingly renew your bank guarantees. So once they provide you with a new bank guarantee, again the new dates can be updated here, and sometimes you can also update the bank guarantee amounts based on the balance work. So since initially the bank guarantee amount was 100,000 and now if you're asking them to renew the bank guarantee, since the balance work is only of this much, so the contractor may request that since the balance amount is only this much, they can provide a bank guarantee which is 10% of the balance work, and that is possible. So accordingly the amount can be revised and the 10% of the remaining work is 40,000. So for a bank guarantee of 40,000 with the new date can be provided. And similarly advance also, since the advance recovered is 60,000 out of the 100,000 and balance is only 40,000. So the new advance bank guarantee can be updated with the new amount, that is 40,000, with the new dates. So I hope this concept is clear. So it is always advisable to open this sheet every day and check if any guarantees are getting expired, if you have received new guarantees, if you have updated them with the new dates and amount. So this is one of the most important part of contract administration, and a QS who is managing a lot of subcontractors can easily track all these bank guarantees. So I hope this video was informative. If you require this sheet, please do let me know in the comment section. You can mention your email ID. As always, I can send you this template. Please like this video if you found it to be useful and share it with your friends and colleagues. Please don't forget to subscribe to Quantity Surveying Studio for more informative videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay safe. Bye.